What's going on, YouTube, man? Today is Sunday, man, and I want to speak some real talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? And the real talk I'm going to talk, I always hit you with finance, and that's what I'm going to hit you with today. But I'm going to hit you with just some of my life experiences, things that I've, came into counter with, you know what I'm saying, about finance. You guys will see what I'm saying about this. But what I'm going to say today is don't become a cancer to society. And what I mean by that is this. Everybody has an obligation, right? Let's say for me, for instance, right? I have an obligation to be a strong individual, not just because it's the right thing to do. And when I say strong, let's just stick on the finance side for right now. Strong financially, because my kids, right? They do not have the responsibility to take care of me financially later on. And the reason why I'm doing this for myself is because, and I'm doing it not just because myself, right? I'm doing it also because I'm young. And you need to do it when you're young, because you guys ever heard those people that say comments like, money isn't everything, there's more to life than just money. You're perfectly fine. You're perfectly right. I mean, you're 100% right. But here's what you're missing. Usually people who make those statements aren't people that set themselves up financially, right? They're people that depend on someone else who so-called may have a little bit more smarts or a little more gifted in another area when they themselves have gifts, but they kind of umbrella them and cover them up with low self-esteem and fear and all these other things, and they don't move in the direction they need to move. Now, you guys remember that event, Katrina, right? And some people don't like talking about these subjects because, oh my gosh, it's a touchy issue, it's a racial issue, they say the government hate the blacks or whatever. But I'm going to touch on that for a second. Let's take away the storm, Katrina. Let's say it didn't happen. So we're in New Orleans right now, right? With a majority of African American race there. We're in New Orleans. The storm is not there yet. What is the financial behavior of the people before the storm happened? Let me paint the picture for you. You probably got a lot of people sitting out on the porches in the daytime with no jobs. You probably have a lot of people who are on assistance from the welfare. You probably have a lot of people out there who have a lot of fear, who maybe depend on other people who are gifted, who so-called are more smarter than them, whatever, for funds. But one thing they're not doing is depending upon themselves to make things happen. And just let's say you're one of those people and you fall into that category. Guess what? When a catastrophe happens, are you going to be prepared? If you live your life constantly trying to get money from a person in this area, get money from a person in this area, get money from the government, waiting on Barack Obama to help you here, you lost your job and you can't figure out how to make some more income in a whole nother area, so you're just sitting around basically with your head out like a guy saying, please help me, I'm homeless, no food. You're not going to make it. Guys, here's the deal. I was told by a guy, and like I said, I'm going to give it to you real here. I'm an African American guy. My wife is Caucasian. Alright? So I see both sides. There's this myth out there that people think that white people are all rich. A lot of African Americans feel that white people are so, like, they make comments like this. Well, they're so privileged. They have a head start over everybody and all this other kind of stuff. Stop the press. Here's the funny part about that. When I've read books, I'm in my book club and on this road to studying millionaires, most of the millionaires that I'm studying are first generation millionaires. The guy says at the beginning, look, I have no interest in people who were given inheritance, people who somehow something happened or an accident happened, all of a sudden you receive this money. No, these are people who use these, blood, sweat, and tears, use these, and made it. You know? So I don't know where they got this memo that all white people have money. No, doesn't happen, because my wife's family has to struggle just like everyone else, and kind of find out a lot of our struggles are similar. You know, but see, that's just another statement to hold people down, another statement so we can continue to make excuses. You know, it's bogus. And see, things like this needs to be talked about, because if we're in America sharing this country, and we all are trying to make this country a better country, because I don't think that the government can change America financially. I think it has to happen from the bottom up. If the people change, the government change. If you don't believe me, study the people of Babylon. The citizens were rich because of their financial principles, right? And I'm going to cut this off here, and I may do a part two to this, because I don't want to go too long. I want to get it over 10 minutes. But this is just some things to think about it here, you know. And I know some of you guys in your lives, we kind of like, we relate sometimes on things that happen in our lives, you know, that are similar when it comes to finance. So just let me hear your thoughts on that. Let me hear what, you know, from what I've said so far. What are you thinking about that? So until next time.